uh, Imond Gao's step, the secretary to Duke Stelmane, and found out a little bit more about Griff and what he was doing. You decided to head outside the city and loop around to the Basilisk Gate to go back to the Blade and Stars Inn. Upon leaving the upper city and entering Blackgate in the outer city, as you were headed around, towards the north to go around the walls, you decided to make a detour and follow a flying snake that you randomly saw. Whereupon you came up on a townhouse, and the snake flew into the second-story window. Some thievery shenanigans ensued, and a fight broke out between you and the occupants of the house. You managed to snatch the note and get away with your skins still intact. Mostly.
But
And we now find you guys have, trekking out of Blackgate and into the countryside just north of Baldur's Gate on your way around the wall towards Stone Eyes and the Basilisk Gate to head back into the city.
How far are we from the Basilisk Gate?
About a half mile. It's not that long of a walk. It's not. Go ahead.
Don't we need to go back to the Blade and Stars? That's where we're heading right now, right?
That is what you told me last time. Yes.
All right. So why don't we? Are we through the gate?
We're going to the gate.
You are going to the gate.
All right. So why don't we just, go to the gate, and then
Get there.
why don't we just get to the gate first before we do anything else,
yeah, that's cool.
so that nobody has to die
Yeah, no flying snakes.
and no flying snakes.
All right.
No more detours.
Okay, sorry.
What's everyone's hit points at? If I can ask that. How's everyone feeling?
I'm fully healed.
I'm at 3.
I got 6.
Copy that. All right. I'm at 10.
Great. We're dead.
All
All
right.
right. On the way to the gate.
And by the way, Ezra did say he would pay for us to get back into the city.
Yeah, what you're putting on his tab.
Yeah.
We can't subtract from him because he's not here, so we'll have
So-
to do it.
We will
It's a
when he gets
cost.
here.
Yeah, you can have him pay you back, but he's not here to actually give you the coin.
So how much
I
was
thought he
it?
was going to be here.
It was cheap. It's cheap anyways. I can cover it.
Oh, yeah. It was like
Yeah.
what?
It's 5 copper per person is the general toll.
And how many of us are there? One,
Oh.
So I can give what?
There's
2
4
sil- I can
So-
get 2 silver pieces, and that's good.
That would be good, yes.
Are we okay? All right. We at the gate.
What kind of dog?
You guys have basically crossed the open terrain and are now entering the Stone Eyes district, which is outside the walls still. But it's kind of like the poor version of Blackgate. There's lots of stables and farriers, inns, beggars, things like that, who are not in the city proper. Like you're outside the gate. There's like the slums outside of the gate usually in a lot of cities. And but yeah, you're kind of just walking your way through it. The only thing really of note is you guys get stopped by a man dressed as a gravedigger. And he asks if you've seen a woman in an old-fashioned party dress pass by. So I have you?
I mean, no, sir. I don't believe I have. May I ask? Better description? Just a party dress? Is there a reason you're looking for this person?
Well, thanks anyway. Yeah, she was see-through, and he just starts to wander off down the street.
wait, double check. Did he say see through?
He did say see through, yes.
Don't eat until
Ooh.
Ooh.
Freaking.
Okay, let's like.
Hey.
move this.
Ronald, you're the bard. You can do whatever you want at this point.
Yo, let's just like keep going. We gotta be some places.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
just
no.
go ahead and get through the gate.
I know. I was
Why,
just
why
asking
would
a
the no
question.
detours?
I was just asking a question. All
Screw
right.
the question.
Dang.
Ignore him.
I keep this ghost lady in mind and continue.
All right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so you guys get to the Basilisk Gate and,
Oh,
join the line of people headed through it. Guards seem to be fairly on top of things, searching the occasional cart and person coming through. You do see occasionally that, like, some people who look more well-to-do seem to pay a little bit extra, and they don't get searched. But as you come up to the gate, the guard just sort of kind of looks down his nose at you and asks if you have the 5 copper to come through.
Yes, I'm covering these other. Oh wait! Oh, Ezra, there you are.
I turn to Ezra and be like, he's paying.
I turned to Ezra as well. I'm like, you got this, right?
Yeah, for the whole party it'd be
25 copper.
yeah, so 2.5 silver. So
All right. Yeah,
I'll
you guys,
give the guard 5 silver and ask him if he can speed us along.
yeah, I can speed you right along. And he opens the door and ushers you into the city, past the Basilisk Gate.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, thanks, dude.
So you guys enter the lower city in the East Way, which is kind of like the working class neighborhoods, not the slums, not super high end either. And you know that maybe 250 feet down the road is the Blade and Stars Inn.
Right? Go to the Blade and Stars.
Make a quick perception check, see if anything's looking at us.
Sure, make a perception check then.
I want to say I'm +2 right now. I don't have my sheet directly in front of me. Apologies. What's my passive under?
12 is what I have.
Okay, so it would be +2 then. Okay.
Yeah, just go with it. Who cares?
Oh, that makes a difference. The DC's 15 and I roll 14.
Yeah, you look around. No one seems to be paying you any particular attention. People do seem to be making note of you because you guys look like you've been beaten up and maybe robbed. But other than that, yeah, that sort of thing isn't unusual in Baldur's Gate. People just keep an eye on you just because if you're involved in that type of thing, you are shady persons, just by the nature of that.
What do you mean, Under? We are not shady people. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either, but someone's been going around breaking into random people's houses.
That was the bard.
Yeah, my bad, homies.
I played the bard.
All right. Yeah, I guess we can carry on our way to the Blade and Stars.
All right. Yeah, you guys headed your way down to the Blade and Stars Inn. Nothing really much of note on the way there. And you are now outside the inn. It
I'm
appears to
going
be
in.
open and normal. Yeah. You walk in. Lupin is behind the bar, as you'd expect. A few, dock workers seated at tables. They look to be eating an evening meal.
Excuse me.
I feel like I need some hit points, dog.
You're fine.
We'll get to that.
You guys find yourself in the Bleeding Surgeon.
Yeah, 1 second, Under. I'm launching Discord on my computer, so I'm a little behind. I was in the middle of something when I looked at the time and seen that it was 9 o'clock.
I'm dying for a drink. Can I get a mead, a honey mead?
I ask her if she has a Sprite cranberry.
Com check.
I hear you. And yeah, she gladly can pour the mead. And when you ask for the Sprite cranberry, she gives you this quizzical look and says, "Yeah, sure, I can do that."
Thank you.
And you see her pull out some wine and like pour it into a cup, like not like a wine glass, but like a cup. And like right in front of you, she just like shakes it very vigorously and sets it down in front of you and says, "There you go."
Just shaking mine. I take it and say thank you. Speaking of wine, I could go for some right now.
Do you have any?
Yeah.
What kind?
After I get some liquid courage down, can I just perform some music for the bar?
Yeah, all right. You can start strumming your. Sorry, what instrument do you have again?
I have a ukulele.
Ukulele. I knew. I almost said banjo, but I didn't think that was right. Yeah. So you start strumming your ukulele. Why don't you give me a performance check?
Okay. Oop. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not your best work, but no one like throws any cups at you or anything.
Lupin look particularly busy right now?
No, it's still early evening. You know, she hasn't really had, the crush of people that would tend to come in for, the actual evening meal or for getting rooms and such. Business is still being generally conducted in the city. Generally speaking, they'll keep conducting normal business until sundown. And while the sun's approaching the horizon, like it might be barely touching it even, by the time you guys get to the Blazing Stars, it isn't set yet. You're really just like the early stages of twilight.
So we can go ask her what she knows about the couriers, right? That's what we need to do.
I was gonna talk to her. I just didn't want to interrupt her while she was busy.
All right, go for it.
Nah, she doesn't seem that busy.
Lost my sheet. I found my sheet.
That's a good thing.
Secondary save of it. That's my original unleveled one. So let me delete that.
All right, while you're sitting at the bar, Lupin appears to be cleaning a glass.
Read it now. I apologize for that. All right, I'll ask her about the shield pieces in particular. The most recent one that she sent. I'll tell her that we had a conversation with. Sorry, scrolling. We were having a conversation with the Iman Gazstep, secretary to the
Duke Belen Stellman or Beline Stellmain, and we were trying to help with the situation so that she doesn't, get caught off guard us asking such specific questions.
Oh, what situation is that?
Well, it appears the gentleman quarrying the pieces disappeared with the second piece.
Huh, she stops cleaning the glass. That's the first I've heard of this.
As far as I can tell, they're trying to keep everything under wraps and quiet, so I doubt word would have got to you much sooner than this.
I see. And the Duke has hired you to look into this?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you want to know?
Do you have any sort of sketch or scribe of the second piece? The one that's missing?
No. We never really made any etchings of it or anything like that. I believe Duke Stelmy may have created one of the first piece, but he has it at his workshop. But I never bothered making one here. Arcane runes and whatnot are the domain of wizards and the like. I really have no interest in it.
All right.
Messing around with that has a tendency to burn places down. I'd prefer not to burn this down. I'd prefer you not to burn it down either while I'm at it.
Not to.
The shield for me, frankly, is not a concern. What the concern is that the shield proves is that Orion is likely still alive, and Duke Stelmane was helping me try to track my wayward husband down. Seeing as he absconded with the shield.
Refresh my memory as how long he's been gone.
Well, that's a good question.
I believe it's been 5 days now for us, I believe. I could be wrong. It was 3 when we set out.
Oh, it's been about a month or so since he disappeared.
This is
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to direct the conversation to talking about the most recent time she'd seen him, like last time she's seen him, like do a little bit of backstep tracing with.
Oh yeah. Well, the last time I saw him was that night. But apparently he got up in the middle of the night, went outside, took the shield down above the entryway, and left. Some vagrant, or rather, saw him and reported it to the Flaming Fist, who, by the way, just think he happened to get sick of this and took the shield and left town. He wouldn't, but I don't think so. He wouldn't leave, not like that, not on his own.
Oh, sounds about right for the Flaming Fists.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that was really it for leads. Hard to ask to, not really worth the money to hire someone to track him down when there are no tracks to follow. At least that was the case until the first part of the shield showed up.
How did it show up?
A courier dropped it off. Said he had been instructed to drop it off. Tracing that backwards, from what I understand, is it was delivered to the Basilisk Gate by a courier, and it came from the east. But as far as I can tell, it was couriers delivering to couriers, and the trail goes cold after so many hops.
So yet another dead end.
Or an end made to be dead.
It's true.
Something's going on with it. He wasn't exactly a mage, so I don't know what's gotten into him with these runes or whatnot, or what evil has befallen him.
So, out of character, both Ruffles and Under. So, from what I understand, what's been happening is it's delivered from, it's like an untraceable source of courier to courier that we can't follow back. So, it's not just one courier delivering to the Blade and Stars.
Well, she followed it all the way back till, a courier was basically paid to pick it up from a dead drop.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so not a trail worth sniffing down because that last courier just received a letter basically that said, "Hey, pick this up here, deliver it here."
Yeah,
and then,
here's 10 gold. Go to Little Kalimshal, pick up this parcel, and deliver it to here.
Gotcha. All right. I was just trying to clarify that.
Yeah, and the couriers in Baldur's Gate would not blink twice at such a way. Both legitimate politicians will use that method for back channel communications as well as local crime. So, they're not going to ask questions. They'll just accept the payment and do the job.
All right, that's all I really wanted to know.
Yep.
I was trying to follow that, and that's what my small brain couldn't wrap around.
Yeah, basically, a courier picked it up at the Basilisk Gate and brought it to the Blade and Stars. A different courier had dropped it off at the Basilisk Gate from the entrance to Little Kalimshan. And there was a dead drop inside Little Kalimshan, which was a third courier, grabbed and delivered outside of it.
Who most likely, on top of the dead drop, had another courier deliver it to the dead drop. So,
Yes.
even if you were to trace it to the dead drop, it would just be another, paid hireling with no information as to, where it came from. So, whoever's delivering the pieces is doing a very hard to cover their tracks. So, there's no point in trying to backtrace it because that would probably be 3 sessions of nothing. So back in character. Let's see. I lost my train of thought.
So you'd ask where she had gotten the first piece from.
Oh, I was going to ask what the frequency between the 2 deliveries was.
Well, Orion had been missing for let me check something real quick. Need to do a bit of calendar math.
So we see the barkeep pull out an abacus and a piece of paper and start.
Yeah, so the first piece showed up 27 days after he went missing. Second piece arrived 9 days after the first.
Okay, and that was 4 days ago. I'm assuming you had the courier deliver it, or sent for the courier for the Duke to receive it?
Yes, I sent a letter to Amand, who dispatched one of his men to come and collect it. I don't exactly have the status to simply take it to him without issues, so easier that way.
So what you're saying is we got 5 days, if they're consistently being delivered at the same interval, until the next piece shows up.
Or it's overdue by 3 days, who knows? Or 2 days, but yeah.
Well, mathematically, if he disappeared 27 days and then 9, I would assume it would continue coming in 9s. It's a bit in my head, bit out of character, bit in character out there. My character's
she
kind
was-
of mumbling all of this.
Mhm.
All right.
Am I still playing music, or am I allowed to ask a question to the?
You can stop playing music at any time.
I can
You
start.
played for about 5 minutes and seen the crowd wasn't paying up and stopped playing.
Yeah. I get to the bar after. I could tell I was having an off night. And came back to the bar and asked for another honey mead, but tall this time.
It comes in pints.
As
I want a
tall,
double-
as tall
I
as
want a-
you?
I want a double pint.
I don't know how many people
I wanna
under.
know
I know
Frank
you probably
Cranberry.
got that one under, but I don't think the rest of these guys did.
That's fine. So yeah, she pulls out 2 pint glasses, fills them with mead.
Anybody got anything on out of character here? Anybody got anything on their mind that you want to help solve the puzzle here? 'Cause I'm pretty tired. I'm drawing blanks right now. So
Yeah, I was at the bar.
me
But
too.
one thing I was thinking about asking was when is Arian, right? The
Arion.
Arion. When Arion left, did she notice anything missing? Like she could put together maybe what he took with him when he left.
Just the shield. He left all of his traveling cloak and whatnot here.
Hmm.
It was very strange, which is why I do not suspect he went of his own will.
It's a little sus.
could you the thought of follow play cross your mind?
Of course. And I had feared him dead until the piece of the shield showed up.
Does he have any enemies, old or new?
None living.
All right. What about the dead ones?
Well,
Mm.
back when he was a bit younger, he escorted caravans between Baldur's Gate and Nam. I'm sure between here and there, he various bandit groups probably wanted him dead at one point or other, but none of them would probably have the means to come and seek him out. Surely none of them would have the means for this type of sorcery.
Sorcery, that crossed my mind too. It seemed quite mystical how he disappeared.
And then the shield comes back in pieces with weird, mystic rune drawn on it. Yes, sorcery also crossed my mind. And the Duke's as well, which is why he's studying it. Or she. Sorry, it's a she.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have she written next to the name because it's not exactly a normal name, and I wanted to remember that it's a woman. You said he earlier, too, I was going to ask, but...
Nope, that was just a slip. It's a she.
All right. Has the halfling shared the scroll with the entirety of the party? The undercommon scroll?
I believe when I first came out, I only showed it to you, Ezra.
Okay, so I would know about it. Well, then I'll change the subject and ask her if she knows anybody who might be able to translate undercommon that wouldn't, kill us.
Undercommon. That's an odd request. Who are you
Strange
dealing with
times,
that you're dealing in
strange people.
undercommon?
Well, my friends here decided to chase something down, and in the process of, killing a flying snake, they got a scroll out of it that's got undercommon written on it. And we're kind of curious what it says.
Well, you might want to take it to what's his name? Rivlin. He runs Sorceress Sundries in Heapside.
He's friendly to you? So if I use your name, he would know?
He would know who I am. We're friendly. I wouldn't expect that to gain you much with him. He's an ardent capitalist, I think would be the best way to describe him.
Ah, so he speaks the language of gold.
Yes.
So I need more money for this.
He also does trade, as the name of his shop might suggest. He deals primarily in magic and magic items.
Interesting. All right. Do we know about the whereabouts of this place, or actually, I'll just ask
Yes,
directions.
it's a well-known shop in Heapside. It's actually like almost a tourist attraction.
Well, I've probably even been in there at one point or another.
Yeah, you've probably, at the very least, you've passed by it.
All right. And then lastly, since this interview isn't going, bad or good, it's just neutralizing. I was going to ask her if there's any new bounties that's been posted.
Nothing new, nothing that the Flaming Fist has been in an uproar about. Hopefully, it'll last for a bit.
All right. Yeah, I was just checking. I haven't really been paying too close attention to the boards, so I figured you might know.
Yeah, well, in this job, you tend to hear things.
That you do. What did I say? I gave the gatekeeper five silver?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I slam my 2 honeymeads quickly and gain liquid courage to...
Absolutely. You can just chug, pint of mead, and then I need a con save from you.
Oh. And that's
ones.
Saving throws. Top left, top
3,
sheet.
4, 5.
There's one that says con. That's your saving
Yep.
throw for Constitution.
So 1d20 plus that.
Or minus.
I don't got any minuses, brother, that I haven't had to use yet, but...
You feel a little queasy, but you manage to keep your drink down.
All right. Feeling it. Feeling a little better. No, not too much, actually.
All right. I'll wish her a fair evening and hand her a couple silver pieces for her time.
Anytime. You guys stay safe out there. 2 people have already gone missing over this. Let's not add a third.
Yeah, that was 3 silver pieces that I gave her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll order some coffee and dinner.
All right. Yeah, she takes the order.
Anybody else have anything to add? Before we cease our interview with the fine barkeeper here?
All right. Well, 15 minutes later, your food, your stew and an ale come out, and you're able to eat your meal. I am, after all of this, this has been maybe a half hour of talking. You can notice the shadows on the street outside starting to get long, but it's not quite night yet, though. It's definitely approaching that.
All right. Well, before it gets too dark, I'll probably end up heading home.
All right, and the rest of you are gonna call it an evening here in the inn.
Yeah, how much is it a room?
I'll spend 1 gold on a room. like I usually do.
Yeah, I believe it's a gold for like a
Yeah, that's like an
normal-ish room.
upper middle class room or something.
Yeah, you're not basically staying in a hostel type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop a gold on that too.
Yeah, for like modest, so having like a decent meal, room and board basically for a modest level is a gold a day. So,
Yeah, I'll take a room also.
all right.
Is there any higher level ones than that?
She does have some comfortable rooms available and like one nice room. Comfortable room and board would be 2 gold a day. And the nice one, which is like a wealthy level, would be 4 gold a day.
Oh, sales and cars.
Ooh, do you know what the difference is? Any benefits of
No.
the higher class rooms?
Well, the higher class rooms tend to have sturdier doors and locks.
Hmm. Okay, I'll take one of the nice rooms, just the two gold ones.
Wow.
Okay.
Remember, that's covering the room and your food.
Yeah, it's covering your room and your food. At least in the Sword and Stars, or sorry, Blade and Stars, the food's basically all the same. What you're paying for is nicer accommodations, more secure accommodations as well. Like the modest room is like a wooden door with a wooden bar you can put across it. The next level up, that's like a sturdy wooden door with an iron reinforced locking bar. The wealthier room, the door itself is banded in iron, and as is the bar. The door is much harder to break down.
Copy.
It's broken down if it's made of wood, and you got a lot of time and a torch.
I've seen many torches around here besides, Pie's mouth.
I have 5 in my kit.
Yeah, torches are fairly common, especially if you're walking the streets at night.
I was thinking blowtorch. I was like, where the hell are you gonna get one of those? Never mind.
Yes, a stick with a ball of fire at the end. That's the kind of torch we're talking
That makes a lot more sense now.
Think medieval, not James Bond.
The door's made out of golden. Gold.
Alright, I take my room. A nice room, 2 gold.
All right. So you guys spend the evening resting in your rooms, and morning comes.
I'd like to fiddle with that soul gem before I go to bed.
Yeah, what would you like to do with it?
Can I attune to it? Or attempt to?
You can fiddle with it. As you attempt to attune to it and you're kind of fiddling with it, you realize after about playing with it for an hour, you don't really attune to it. It looks like it has essentially a charge, and you can spend that charge to have it do something.
Ah, okay.
But no attunement is required.
All right. I'm like a quick Arcana check to see if I can make heads or tails of what I'm looking at.
Absolutely. Make your Arcana check. And since you've got like the time to sit down and fiddle with it, I would say you have advantage because of that. So you can actually experiment with it. This isn't just pure knowledge. Okay. You get the feeling it's some type of necromancy, but you're unable to discern what it does.
Okie doke. I will continue keeping it hidden in a pocket in my cloak.
Okay.
Out of character, any type of necromancer, is that someone you would think would speak Undercommon, or is the language kind of like different?
Languages don't necessarily... No, you wouldn't expect that just because a person is a necromancer, they would know Undercommon.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Undercommon...
languages are kind of regional. That's how
Yes.
languages work.
They're regional and special. I guess would be the phrase
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
There are a couple languages that are associated with certain professions. A lot of wizards know Draconic. A lot of clerics know Celestial. A lot of warlocks know Infernal. For various reasons. But necromancy itself doesn't tend to lend itself to a particular language.
Understandable. All right.
All right, what was the? I'm gonna add this to my notes. I forgot to. The magic shop we were talking about with the barkeep.
It's
And
called Sorceress Sundries.
Who's the owner?
Rivelin Blackhand.
Well, thanks for that, because I had spelt sorceress wrong.
I thought you said unders, not sundries. That was all.
No,
Yep.
no,
He
Sundries. Like
spelt
it's
magical underwear.
I'm like, all right, let me get some nice lingerie.
if he had some, he totally would. Sell it as a cure for hysteria or something.
If it's all the same to everybody here, I'm just gonna start reading book.
Like out of character or in character?
In character, like my enchantment book. I'm trying to get that thing done so I can learn it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so you start reading that book. I'm going to need an Arcana check from you at this point, then.
Shit.
One thing I don't think I've ever taken proficiency in.
Would you consider this a long rest?
Yes, you guys have at this point completed a long rest, and you should all be
Oh.
at full hit points, full everything.
We're awake.
So, yeah, morning
Not
has
yet.
come.
Okay.
Astaroth, as you're kind of like in the early morning light reading your book and flipping through it and studying it, you realize that you've been had. And that while this book does contain like a brief history and overview of how enchantments work, it does not in fact contain information that would allow you to enchant anything yourself.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Well, that sucks.
How much did you guys pay for that?
I paid 6 gold for it. 7 gold for it.
Well, you got
Yeah,
off
wasn't
good
that
then, considering what he was asking for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, believe me, I know.
Yeah, you figure a general knowledge book like this probably worth a gold or less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's still a good thing to be able to have in your pack to throw at somebody.
No, I just hand it to Poseidon and ask him if he can hold it for me.
I say I'm good.
Are we back in the like?
Well, yeah, you guys would be like taking your breakfast down in the dining room of the inn. It's up to
Okay.
Ezra if he would come over at this point.
No, I'll do some laps around the city in the early morning and just looking around, essentially, kind of seeing if I notice anything out of place or out of normal. Maybe
Okay.
some crows floating around that might be possibly following me. Bit
Sure.
paranoid. I don't
Uh-huh.
look paranoid when I'm walking around, though, depending on how I roll.
Well, that I think is going to be a perception and a stealth check. Let's do perception first.
All right.
Dang.
I'm a very
And
observant
stealth?
man in the morning.
Yeah, the early morning mist.
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
So yeah, and as you're kind of going by the harbor, you don't see the crows, but you do see out of the corner of your eye this visage following you, and you notice that the path that it's taking, whenever you turn to look at it out of the corner of your eye, there's nothing there, but it's almost like it's going through the buildings, like not through doors or alleyways, but through the buildings themselves, following you.
Okay, so I have an ethereal tail.
Is
Of
it
some
wearing,
sort.
is it wearing a party dress?
He hasn't gotten a good look at it, so he doesn't
Shut
know.
up, Dylan.
I'm seeing something out of the corner of my eye. Okay.
Oh, that was
Um,
before he got here, huh? Never mind.
All right, then I'll look for the longest straight road that I can and go down that, and then take a left and go a bit, and take another left and go a bit, and take another left, and then go back to that main road and take a right and head all the way back down it.
Okay.
The fuck?
You think your being tail always make 3 lefts?
He does it. He's definitely following you.
Yeah, and as you're finishing that, the last left, and start heading, kind of back away from the docks, you do in fact see, that it crosses right in front of you and looks almost surprised that you're there. And you get a nice, good look at a translucent woman carrying a lantern.
In a party dress. No,
And it's close enough that you're going to need a wisdom save at this point.
Is it a charm?
No, it's a fear effect. All right, yeah. As she turns to face you, you startle by it, you realize that the right half of her face is gone. There's just this almost perfectly curved section that's just been removed. And you can in fact see it's translucent still, but you can see the inside of her brain through the opening in her skull.
whoa.
But I'm guessing I didn't go spooky, scary skeleton and jump.
You did not. But she is drawing closer to you.
Does she seem hostile?
Well, she does not have an expression on her face. Think of the half asleep visage in the picture I have there. That's kind of what her face looks like, except missing a giant segment of it. She doesn't
Out
have
of
any
character, you could always
apparently
ask if we could
weapons.
pick her brain.
But she is drawing closer to you.
Is it in her cheek?
I'll stay on my ground and take the dodge action.
Okay. So she will be closing to touch range at this point. And she's going to pass through your body.
What the?
And then I need a charisma save from you.
Charm?
No, this is possession.
Okay.
Oh,
You know Well, eventually. And it's on the fun one.
Use all your good rolls.
Being haunted by your fucking stone, dude.
Okay. All right, so it doesn't gain any of that. All right. Yeah, it then begins to just start walking you deeper into the city, away from the docks. And in fact, looks to be taking you towards Baldur's Gate.
Just out of curiosity, before it possessed me, did I notice anything with the other soulstone I have pressed against my shoulder? It's in a hidden pocket that's touching me.
No,
No, it didn't react to her at all.
it
Okay.
did not react to her.
Alrighty then. So I don't show up at the.
Yeah, Ezra's off doing something else. So what do you guys do at the end?
I'm eating a breakfast.
Yes.
Good Astaroth.
Yeah, it's breakfast time.
I'm eating a breakfast.
No, I'm talking to Astaroth regarding his book. I'm telling him, hey, what do you think about selling this back to that old man and getting more money than we paid for it? We could swindle him.
Maybe.
What are you thinking, Astaroth?
What are we talking about?
Your book that turned out to be a bust somehow. What do you think about attempting to sell it back to this blind old man?
No, he seems to like the taste. I mean, I could. He likes the taste of it, but
I mean, I think we could make our money back. We could sell it. I don't think he'll remember it. With his, as far as I remember, he's kind of blind.
do we know if what's that library called that we need a special book to get into, or a book they don't have to get into?
Candlekeep?
Yeah. Would we know if they have that book already in there?
Could tell if it's
You wouldn't
common.
know. But you would also recognize that this book is not of the quality that you would expect them not to have already. This is not a rare book.
Gotcha. All right. I mean, yeah, we can go back and sell it.
How far is the bazaar?
It is in the upper city. It's, maybe hour and a half walk. 2 hours if there's a lot of traffic at the gate.
But don't we still need an excuse to get in?
You don't need the excuse. You can just pay a toll.
That is true. How much is the toll? I
5
forgot.
copper.
5 copper. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's not bad.
Is
So you
anyone,
guys
else
want to go?
is anyone else thinking about doing something else at this point?
Yeah,
You
we
decide-
gotta get something going here.
Besides Ezra?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying my walk.
Were we expecting him?
Yes, you guys were. I mean, we were planning on meeting back up, but I never showed.
Sir, we're making this plans to go to the bazaar, and we're questioning. Have any of you guys seen Ezra?
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
He's doing extra laps.
Nah, I haven't seen him, bro.
Should we really go check his house?
We don't know where he lives.
I've never told anybody where my room is that I'm staying.
You retard.
Can we leave I'll leave a message with Lupin to Ezra that if he comes in looking for us, that we're headed towards the bazaar.
She gets this grim look on her face as she takes the note and says, I hope nothing bad happened to him. Under her breath, and you can barely catch it, but you do catch it. It's the third one that's died because of this. Third one that's disappeared. Sorry, not died,
Yo,
disappeared.
Can I? We.
Oh,
Third one that's disappeared because of this.
Lit.
I mean, you think? So I'll catch on to this. I ask her, do you think this is related to was Griff and or Orion?
Orion? Yeah.
And the other one's Griff.
Yeah, she looks at you and again, Grim said, "What is this?" I find it more and more difficult to accept that it is mere coincidence. That everyone who seems to touch or inquire about this shield and these pieces of it disappears. First it was Arion, then Griff, and now your friend Ezra. Suppose the real question is, which of you is next? Stay safe out there.
Oh, that was eerie as shit.
Anything, you guys?
Yeah, I want to go track this motherfucker down.
I want to go search for Ezra.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just enjoying my walk.
Yeah, and how are you guys doing that? How are you tracking him down?
Well, I guess we'll just.
Where I live or where I was coming from, or the direction I was coming from.
Didn't you just say you never told them that?
Yeah, I never told them any information about where I lived and which. And they might have glanced and seen what direction I come from when I come to the bar, but it's been a different direction every day because I never walked the same path.
Wait, does he have to? Oh fuck! So we can't just go ask around the city if they've seen.
Does Lupin know by chance? Can I ask?
Oh my
Lupin,
god.
do you happen to know where Ezra has been staying? Seems to be familiar with you.
Oh, I've seen him around. He drinks at the bar, but I don't make it a habit of knowing my patron's business.
Copy that. What information did he ask you about the shield? Because I was playing music at the time.
You were there for that.
I was there?
Oh,
yeah,
he asked about how it was delivered.
I didn't know if
how
I was
often, when.
actually
by who.
present during that. Okay. All right, so I know that. All right. Do you guys have any clue on how to trace Ezra? He's a pretty slippery guy.
Did we know where he was doing his laps? Did we know he was doing laps at all?
No, he stayed at a
He
different
never
place.
told the party that.
Oh, okay.
That dummy.
Never mind.
That's right. You still planning on?
Wait. So we're in the middle of the city, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A very big city.
Oh fuck! So we can't just go start asking around and seeing if anybody saw him last night. Yeah.
You're in like the third largest city on the Sword Coast. There's
Okay.
over 250,000 people here.
Let's just
Okay,
ask all
right.
250,000. Why not?
Oh,
I think
and
you
a
guys-
number of them are traveling merchants and sailors.
Yeah.
So
no.
the population changes. Like who is here changes daily.
Well, my new favorite enemy would have gladly saved your ass, but you just have to go and get your own separate room to be super fancy.
I think that was an elemental.
I didn't have my own separate room. I've lived in this city for 4 years. I just met you guys 3 days ago. 2 days ago.
Why don't we just head towards the bazaar?
I claim to the party that this is all a superstition, and I suggest we head towards the bazaar still.
Okay.
Took my idea. Thanks.
I would just
All right.
saying.
Yeah, you guys.
I pickpocket the halfling.
I'd like to see this.
I do
If you're
too.
seriously trying it, make a sleight of hand check.
No. I'll say.
Oh,
I mean, all you gotta do is beat his passive, and he doesn't seem the wisest guy.
I'm gonna pick up the halfling.
why? Why are you
I want-
picking me up? Why are you?
Because I want to sell you to slavery.
Well,
Oh,
shit,
under,
can we just
um,
go to the bazaar. Fuck.
Yeah,
Under,
it's
under,
no
under,
fucking
under. Guys,
bazaar.
hang on.
All right, let's go.
Under, guys. Jasper was with me when I was walking.
Who?
We don't know that.
You got a monkey.
My monkey. He's with me
Ah.
unless I say he stays home.
And that's a pet, right?
Yes, it's intelligent enough to know where the party was, but I
Okay.
don't know.
So
if
if you
he would be
seem
smart enough to
fine
make
and just if you seem mostly fine, like you're
that.
not
Go with me?
physically hurt,
Okay, so Jasper would stay with me. All right, I was
Probably.
just throwing that out there as a possibility. I would say that he's wise enough to know that the random people that I've been hanging out with were at that place, and he would know how to get there. But yeah, if I'm acting normal, then yeah, Monkey's fine. He's with
normal
me.
enough. I mean, you're walking. You're not, slavering and stabbing random people. You're not dying. You're on the street. So I don't see why you would distress a monkey.
All right.
Might be a little more stilted than normal, but I don't think that'd be enough to spook him.
Nah, they don't have high end. So anyway, carry on,
All right.
guys.
All right, so you guys head through the streets, Baldur's Gate. The daily merchants and sailors, carting their goods and carrying out their tasks. You come to the Baldur's Gate to enter the upper city where the Wide is. And again, there's a toll at the gate, 5 copper a person.
Okay.
I'll cover us 4.
Yeah, there's
Right,
4 of you,
4,
so it'll be
right?
2 silver.
Yeah, I'll cover that.
All right. Yeah, you get through with a minimum of fuss. With all the merchants and the sailors this early in the morning, the guards aren't exactly keen on causing an incident. And you walked into the upper city. The area's nicer. The wall helps keep the fog down. Then you enter the Wide, and you can see merchants setting up their stands. Some of them already open, some of them not, but most of them are.
How large is the bazaar again?
It is like a rounded triangle, roughly 700 feet on the side.
Okay.
So it's a fairly large area, though it is filled with row upon row of like these pop-up stands. If you were to take all the non-permanent structures away, it would be like this big open area.
Okay. I want to try and find that book salesman I went to last time.
All right, well, make an investigation check. Yeah, you don't see him where he was before. It's a random boot shop there, cobbler.
I didn't roll yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was my mistake. I glanced over and saw the 5. My bad.
Right.
Go ahead and finish rolling.
No, that was my failed possession check.
I did. You said investigation, right?
Yes, investigation.
14.
14. All right. So, as I said, he isn't in his old spot. There's a cobbler there, but he's able to direct you and says, "Oh yeah. Old man Ferguson. He's 3 rows over today." So you get over there, and yeah, there's this old wise man, hawking these books. Doesn't appear to be particularly successful at it.
He's blind, right?
He squints a lot, but he
Squints?
does seem to recognize when people are in front of him and whatnot.
Before we approach him, can I tell Astaroth, hey Astaroth, what are you thinking of doing? Are you thinking about getting your money back for this, or do you think we want to try to sell it back to him as if it were something different?
I was just thinking we sell it back to him as a book of enchantment.
Do you think he's going to recognize how it tastes if he attempts that again? Do you think we should try to disguise it in any way?
Well, I mean, if you want to put your butthole on it, if that's what you me. No, I think it's a book of enchantment. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you don't
It's
think he'll
still-
recognize it? How do you think we're gonna get our money back? You want to like what's the plan here?
So my thing is right. He was asking 100 gold for a book of enchantment.
Yeah, and
He
this
was
was what yesterday under or 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. So it's like he's old. He's probably licked, a couple thousand books by now. It is technically still a book of enchantment.
I'm just saying. I do have a disguise kit. If you want to approach this different person, if you think he might recognize you, or also I could forge something on. I got a forgery kit. If we want to try to put some type of maybe a fake signature of office authenticity on it, maybe.
Okay, hold on. Out of character. Hey, Under,
Yeah.
you can use a disguise kit on a book.
I'm saying if we could disguise you, so he doesn't recognize you.
That would really more fall under the line of forgery. Disguise kits are things like it's like a makeup kit and some like wigs and costumes and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
No, you're
All
talking
right.
about using the disguise kit on you so that the book salesman doesn't recognize you from yesterday.
Or
Well-
using my forgery kit, which I also have.
I mean, do you have any ink that tastes good, or
Do you guys have anything with you that
I've
you
heard a
think
lot of things in D&D, but I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Can I ask the party if
Brand
they think
new
they
sentence.
Do you
can,
have any ink that tastes good?
I'd like to ask the party if they have anything they think might be able to maybe to disguise the book slightly. I mean, I have the forgery kit. I can put like a famous wizard maybe that we might know of. That's a common one, and
no?
Or
You
sorcerer-
also have to
sorcerer.
check when you do that.
but if we know, I'm like, do we know any sorcerers just of? That we have to do a check to see if we know like common knowledge of the area. Is anyone from here? Are any of you guys from here?
Ezra and I are.
You don't know? You know any famous sorcerers around the area? might
That's a
out.
good question. Under.
So
One
the
would
Sword
say.
Coast, the Forgotten Realms in general, like the whole world, has a lot of famous wizards. Probably the most famous in these parts would be Elminster.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody in the party know him?
Personally, no. None of you would know him.
Do we know of him?
You know
Oh,
of him.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, he is kind of spoken of in the same annals as Mordenkainen, Tasha, Bigby, Vecna, people like that.
Tasha the homie.
Tasha's hitting this laughter.
Yes, the same Tasha as Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Agonizar, Otto. There's a whole bunch of these wizards that would kind of be up there with him.
Try and do it with no delivery.
Do you think we can get away with a fake seal forged onto the book, or are you thinking we need to try to cover the scent or taste of this? Does anyone have anything in their packs that might do that? I mean, I got some candles, but it just make it taste waxy.
You need to sell this fucking book.
Just sell it. Just
I'm
sell
trying to get 100 gold out of 7. I'm trying to sell it back to him for 100.
Fuck off. Sell
I was gonna
the
just sell it to
fucking
him for 50. Honestly.
Yeah, but we want to improve our chances to get the most we can get. I mean, we can afford something on this.
Can I
I'm
buy?
thinking.
Can I buy 2 spears real quick?
Yes, if it's just normal gear, you can just buy it. We don't need to waste time on that.
How much is a spear? Like a gold each?
Check the PHP, it's in there.
There's no like bulletin
Oh, I don't-
board with like bounties and shit on it anywhere, is there?
Not so much, no. That's not really a thing in Baldur's Gate, especially in the upper city. They don't want to see wanted posters up all over the place.
Gotcha.
The spears are 1 gold.
But you would know just from being in the city in a couple of days that in general, if you were to capture like high-ranking person in the guild, there would definitely be a reward for that. You know, one of the Godfathers, or even Nine Fingers herself.
9 fingers. I forgot about her.
Here's to that.
Can I ask Astaroth if I can take the book to this man and see if I can sell it with a fake autograph of Ilminster?
What the frick is that, Ruffles?
Sure. Hell monster.
Astaroth, you willing to trust me with this book and give it an attempt? We can.
You know what? If you can get it for 100 gold, I'll give you 50.
I'll do my fucking best, dude. I promise.
Oh my god.
Spit shake?
Handshake. 50-50? You want to do what?
Yeah, 50-50.
All right.
All right. And so you're using the forgery kit to try to forge Elminster's autograph?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and let's call this a dexterity check, and you'd have your proficiency with it because it's the you're using the forgery kit.
Okay.
It's gonna go horribly.
So your dex is normally a +1.
I don't think he put this proficiency would be +2.
Ronald, what's your dexterity?
+3.
Right. So with your proficiency, that would be a +5.
Oh shit.
So that was actually a 17.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you're looking at it. It's got a nice, elegant, wizardly signature on it. Looks pretty good.
All right. Anything else? Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna rub these candles on this book just to cover it, a little waxy, just in case he tastes it. Try to cover that.
Okay.
And then I'll approach him. Let's ask him. What do you got here? What are you selling today? Anything special?
Oh, yes. One of the more... It's very rare. It's a first edition. Volo's Enchiridion to Waterdeep. Unfortunately, Kennecky Pretty has this, so it can't be used for that. But the discerning collector would note the excellent workmanship in it.
And what was the title of this book? Would I recognize what it's about by that?
Volo is kind of like a well-known author of various works, including guides, like travel guides about regions, monsters in there, like how to walk into, like how to travel in Icewind Dale without getting eaten by a Yeti, things like that.
And this book was specific to which region?
It is an Enchiridion that is like a travel guide about the city of Waterdeep, which is a large city to the north. It's in fact the largest city on the Sword Coast.
Have we been to Waterdeep yet, or no? We've talked
You've
about it
only stayed
before.
in Baldur's Gate. You know of Waterdeep. I don't think any of you are from there. So
Okay.
it's out there. It's a big city. It's also much more rigidly controlled. It's not quite as anarchical in the back alleys as Baldur's Gate tends to be.
Okay. Can I ask him? Do you have any books on music or musical, maybe play sheets or even just anything instrument related?
Oh yeah. Now we just recently, in fact, it was dropped off today, a book of native hymns from Chult, way down south in the jungles.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. How much are you asking for it?
30 gold for the hymn book.
30 gold. I might have to come back for that one. You think this one's gonna sell quickly?
Given the recent rise in popularity of things in Chult, I wouldn't expect it to last the day.
You willing to barter?
Of course. What do you got to trade?
I came across a fancy enchantment book from a sorcerer friend. I actually had gotten it autographed by Elminster, if you know who he is.
Oh, everyone knows who Elminster is. That scoundrel got a hold of your book, eh?
He's actually not too bad of a guy. I know the rumors. I know everyone's different perspectives of him, but
He's an officious meddler who sticks his big, too large of a nose into things that are better left alone.
yeah, but I got a lot of knowledge off of this guy. With this signature, I was wondering what we'd offer for this book.
I'm in love with
Well, that would depend greatly on the condition of the book, its contents, and as well as the condition of the signature. May I see it?
Oh yeah, you can check it out.
All right. Yeah, he only grabs it, kind of holds it up to his face, so it's like 2 inches away from his face, and it's like examining it very closely. You know, he like tests the binding, sniffs it, sees it, how it's warped, kind of quickly flipping through it. He does not, in fact, taste it.
Okay.
Well, it seems to be all in order. And you were looking for a straight trade for this music book?
I mean, this book is very valuable. I've got many offers on it before. I was wondering what you're willing to offer.
I'd be willing to offer the music book for it.
The music book alone?
Yes.
I don't know if I could do that deal. This is Elminster's autograph from himself. He's
Yes.
even got
And while he is a powerful and famous wizard, the book itself is not worth all that much. So, it's his signature. And as I said, he likes to meddle. It's not that uncommon to get a hold of it.
Out of character. All right. I was going to talk to Dylan real quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Dylan, have I told Dylan what that book's about, or I'm
As there when you bought it, we recognized it as a book of enchantment, and we're talking about it in the morning that we realized it was a book of like a bust, like talking to Poseidon. I would imagine we asked him to hold it. I was around.
Yeah. So we know what it's about, right? I'm giving you the same aside Ruffles gave to us, or Ezra gave to us. We know what it's about. He's still very unsure about it.
Take the freaking music book.
That character. I mean, Astrod's seen this, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
No,
I'm-
you're within distance of me.
We're all
Yeah.
with you except Ezra.
Yeah, we're all there.
Can he see the rest of the party easily, or is he kind of
And
short?
and I'm with you because it's my book. I'm looking to get the most out of it. You know,
You got anything to say about the book to him? To maybe sell this point.
since you're talking to him, you could say that it's an ancient draconic text about enchanting.
Would you like to say this to him, or you're just saying this to me to say to him?
You just go for it, dude. I told you if you can get 100 gold for it, you get
I would take the music book while you still have the offer.
What?
I would trade the book while you still have the offer.
He's gonna have the offer anyway.
I can't just give away this book that's not mine. Astro would be pissed. He's twice my size.
Yeah, it'll be funny.
So you can run circles around him.
That's true.
I do eat meals his weight for breakfast, quite literally. So let's just think about that for a second.
Saying you might not have an offer in a few minutes.
If not, oh well, it's a good book.
book. Why are you selling?
I look okay as I'm talking to this old man. I look. I'm all. Do you even understand what this book is about and how much information is actually in it? It's very, very valuable.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on.
It might be to the right buyer, but I am not he. I have to resell this, which means I need to get it for cheaper than that.
Oh, I'll just sell it for 30. You get 15.
I don't want to lose to this old man, dude.
You're not losing. You're making profit.
Yeah.
Astro bought it for 7.
Oh yeah, that's
Out
right.
of character. Out of character.
Out of character, obviously. You're making 23 profit. Out of character. Gotta say that.
Alright, can I ask him? I'm like, are you willing to pay the gold for it, or only for the trade across?
Well, if you wanted in gold, I'd be willing to give you 5 gold for it.
You're offering to trade it for a book worth 30.
The book that I was selling for 30, because I believe I can turn around and sell your book for about the same. But I still have to cover my costs.
Fuck. Let me see here. I'm not doing well, guys.
Underdark, we need a music bot just to play Jeopardy music.
I'm not doing well here.
I just thought about this. Like, that'd be perfect for a D&D Discord. Music bot that only plays Jeopardy music for these awkward long pauses. They're just like, well, we can fill it with music.
So,
Okay.
what do you want? Do you want the book or the gold?
I ignore the old man. I jump as high as I can to shove this book back in Astaroth's chest, and I say, I don't know what I can do.
Alright. I'll walk over to the old man. I'm going to say, hey, I got this book. I bought this from you for 30. I was wondering if I could sell it back to you for 15.
Make a deception check. At disadvantage, because this all happened right in front of him.
What?
You're right next to me, bro.
You turned around, like, he literally turned around
Oh,
in
yeah.
front of the salesman and just did all of this. So,
Yeah.
go ahead and make
I
a
don't know what I
deception
can
check,
do. I don't
but
know.
you're at disadvantage for it.
You're an idiot, Dylan.
It's slash R 2d20.
KL1 plus your deception modifier.
7.
And he says,
Oh, Jesus.
yes, I could do 15 for that.
Alright, so I sell it to him for 15 gold.
All right. You hand him the book. He hands you 15 silver coins.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh well.
Now, he was trying to be sneaky about it, but your perception is good enough to notice that, yeah, he totally just gave you silver instead of gold.
So I call him out on it.
Well, if you don't want the silver, you can give it back and take your book.
Yeah, I'll take the silver.
I thought
Why
you
not?
would.
Yeah, while they're talking about this,
Oh my
are they,
God.
while they're talking about this, can I fucking, since I'm pretty short, I'd like to sneak behind and fucking
Yoink his
Grab-
coin purse.
Can I grab 2 random what?
Yoink his coin purse.
No, I'm gonna grab 2 random books from behind him. I don't want to touch him. I don't want to get that close to him. I want to grab 2 random fucking books and
Okay.
sneak off.
All right. Make a stealth check first. As you-
Oh my god.
You guys afraid to fight this old man or the flaming fist?
Oh, God,
Oh, it's not the flaming fists in the upper city. It's the watch.
Oh fuck!
I can't help.
Can I back up from the stand just like 10, 15 feet?
As soon as I get my silver, I'm running, by the way.
I am also not going to be involved with all this.
Okay, you guys are backing away as he, gets behind the guy, and you're reaching for 2 random books. You said.
Yeah,
All right.
the easiest to grab without being noticed.
Sure. Okay. Interesting.
You got the book of gender studies.
So,
Probably the most useless class.
so you kind of grab 2. They're smaller books, but you manage to grab them, kind of secret them into your cloak, and get the hell out of there before he turns around. And you kind of, as you're kind of walking away with the rest of the group, you just kind of hear him mumbling behind him. Now, didn't I have something over here on the table? I must have sold it already. Oh well.
All right, I think the fuck out of there. Catch up at the party.
All right. Now, books you grabbed. You grabbed one was a book of children's fairy tales. In this
Oh god.
kind of in the style of the Brothers Grimm. Like these aren't your Disney level fairy tales. These are, like the original Hansel and
original,
Gretel
yeah.
go into the woods and get eaten by a witch in a candy house type deal.
Okay.
The other, as you're flipping through it, you realize this is an old and battered spell book. Most of the contents are illegible. What languages do you speak again? Or can read?
Myself?
Yeah.
My languages are Common and Halfling.
Okay. You do recognize that it is some type of Elvish script, but you can't read the only readable entry in it.
Okay. Cast party. Anyone here speak Elvish?
Nope.
Wait, nope.
Okay.
Alright, I'll hold on to the book.
Until we find Ezra.
Ezra speaks Elvish. Where the fuck is Ezra at?
That's when
Alright.
you guys begin to hear a cry come up from the west, and it sounds like the watch has been alerted to something. Ezra, let's step back in time a little bit here. So what has happened? See, so here's the thing. As you're possessed, Ezra, your body is not under your control, but you are still aware of what is going on. The ghost pilots your body to Baldur's Gate, pays the toll, and enters, so you're down 5 copper. And it then pilots your body over to the priest quarters behind the Hall of Wonders, which is the Temple of Gond in the center of the Temples District. And it's you know that this is a place where the priests often work on various magical apparatus for use in Baldur's Gate, either to sell it or for use for helping the city. You enter. To you, all the doors look alike, but you enter some random dorm and you see a dwarf still getting dressed in the garb of a priest of Gond. And your mouth speaks words. You do speak Dwarvish. Excellent, because it speaks in Dwarvish to the dwarf and says, "You murdered me," and try to cover it up. And then you draw a dagger and stab him in the face. like right through the eye.
Oh dang!
Oh boy.
Dead.
Wait, do we have to make a roll?
He starts yelling as he bleeds out and dies at your feet, and you hear the alarm getting raised inside the building. At this point, the ghost sort of separates from your body and whispers "sorry" to you as it then dissipates.
Is there any windows near me?
There is a small barred window in the building, like in the room. The dwarf is dead at your feet. Your dagger is still sticking out of its eye socket.
Teabag.
I'll leave it there. I have 4 more.
Okay.
I don't need that dagger. All right. When I was walking up, you said this is a dormitory style area that I'm in, and I'm in
Yeah.
an individual room. Like they have
Yes.
individual rooms inside of them. Okay.
Yes.
Did I notice anybody on my approach?
A couple of priests. They noticed you, but because you were walking like you knew what you were doing, no one challenged you.
And all the time.
Yeah, basic social engineering type shit.
Yeah. I'm assuming I have my cloak up because I did when she possessed me, and I doubt she would have taken it down.
Correct.
Okay. All right, let's see. On my route in, did I notice any obvious easy ways out? Obviously, there's a bar windowed here. Not going to be very helpful for me.
Barred window. Like it's like the dormitory wing. So generally, there's a hallway running east to south. You're on the second floor. Stairs at either end,
Okay.
and you hear the sound of lots of feet moving towards you. You do think you could probably squeeze through the bars. It would just be a bit of a tight fit. The problem is going to be getting down because you're, like as I said, you're on the second floor.
No problem. Second floor? What?
Yeah.
10
So.
feet of rope? Okay. I will squeeze through the bars, tie 10 feet of rope to the bars, and jump down.
Okay. Can you please just do a quick initiative roll for me? And I need to look up what these guys would be.
No, I don't want to.
Initiative and these guys plural. Uh-oh.
More because you didn't do anything to lock the door. I need to know when the guards will show up relative to when you complete these actions.
Gotcha.
Did you teabag the
All right, so fortunately,
Next time, lock the door.
well, if you're
Since I'm at work.
if you don't expect to go out that door, yeah, locking the door to the room where you just murdered a guy might be a good idea. But you don't. You start tying the door. You hear the pounding feet on the wood floors coming closer and closer to the door. You slip through the bars and begin, quick rappelling down the wall. As you hear the door kind of slam open behind you.
What do I have to cover around me right now?
Nothing.
Like to obscure my view from the window. Nothing?
Well, let me zoom in on this a bit. Show you something real quick.
Yep.
So this is the kind of the general layout. The building with the curve, that is the High House of Wonder. The rectangular building to the right of that, next to the tree, is the Hall of Wonder itself. The first floor is kind of like a museum, showing off the aspects of it. The second floor is where you're at, and so you just kind of rappel down into the middle of that square. People yelling, guards running about.
Okay, so there's a ruckus all out in front of me.
Yes, there's a ruckus. This is generally a public and populated area. Fortunately for you, you did kind of come down, on the tree side of that. So you weren't immediately noticed, but if you stand here by the rope, you're going to be.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on standing by the rope. I was planning on doing the roguey zoom thing.
All right. So go ahead and do that.
Rogue go zoom.
So yes, you're just doing your, triple dash.
Yep.
All
Full out dash. Just one turn. Just full out dash into the crowd.
Okay.
So just 90 feet into the crowd.
90 feet.
Any
into-
direction.
Any direction. Okay. Any direction. All right. You start running towards the lower city. Basically, you're heading right back towards Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
Yeah, as you are approaching the edge of the square, you notice that the Watch and their, kind of nice chain shirts and shields are kind of starting to cordon and are, basically pushing their way through the crowds against everyone trying to get in there. Can you let's call this a charisma check, but are you proficient in deception?
Yes.
What do you have expertise in?
Sleight of hand and thieves' tools. I do not have perception or deception.
Or stealth. Okay, because I was going to let you, if you had expertise in stealth, use that. All right, so please give me a deception roll then, as you kind of try to blend in with the crowd.
Yeah, it'd be a 5 either way for stealth or deception. So
What's the 4 for you rolled?
he picked my direction.
Clock
Oh.
notation.
Sorry. It's talking to someone in my bed.
Stevie used to sit like that till she got braggies.
That's why I only ran for one turn.
And them nuts right
Yeah.
here.
Yep, and you see the Watch kind of pouring into the square. You realize as you're running that you made a really good choice because the High Hall, the main citadel base of the Watch, is just to the northwest of you. So running due east,
That's why.
running
That's
due
why
east is probably a
Underdark
good
rolled
idea.
for me. Yeah, that's why I said I don't really think too much about my direction. That's why Underdark made the roll, you guys.
Yeah, he said he just runs a random direction. So I rolled the die and said, okay, you run this direction. He got lucky. It said east instead of running literally into the police corner.
Oh
Hey, the best criminal syndicate in London held their enterprise out of a diner across the street from the second largest police headquarters in all of London for 16 years. They literally operated out of a building across the street from the cops.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes going towards them isn't the worst idea. But anyway, yes.
It is
So-
when that's the direction the reinforcements are coming.
Yeah, in this case, no.
Yeah, fortunately, you're kind of running away from that, and so it's like a couple of the gate guards that started running when the alarm was raised.
But
Yeah.
I'm walking now, so I don't really
so you
stand out.
start walking out, blending into the group, people all getting out of there. Because this is Baldur's Gate, no one wants to stick around, because that doesn't usually end well for the people. And as you're kind of walking into the intersection that would take you back to
I also
Baldur's
put my
Gate,
hands in my pockets.
yeah, you realize that there's a group of people coming at you from out of the wide that recognize you, and you recognize them.
Oh,
Just the
jeez.
party.
Everybody in the party, as you guys are leaving the wide to see Ezra coming towards you away from the direction of the commotion. He's acting suspiciously casual about it.
Hey guys, what's up?
You good, bro?
Yeah, no, just murdering a dwarf.
All right, perfect timing. Honestly, I have this book, and I think you'll know what it is.
This is a book about children nursery rhymes. Why are you giving me this?
Oh, sorry, wrong book. And I hand him the Elvish book.
Oh, okay. All right, I flipped through it and read it. What do I read? Underdark.
So it looks like at one point in time it was a spell book, but age and weather have destroyed most of it. In the middle of the book, however, you are able to pull out a few pages that would function as a spell scroll. And it would appear, as this was written in Elvish, it's labeled as would be a scroll of greater invisibility.
Oof.
Wait, can rogues use spells?
A scroll spell is kind of a anybody can.
Oh,
If it's not in the list of spells you can normally cast, there is a check to do so. But yeah, anyone can attempt it.
Yep, broken a lot of campaigns with those attempts.
Yes, here's this one-use scroll that will fix the campaign. All right, All right, the rogue tries to use it. All right, make your check. Yeah, the rogue flubbed it and rolled a 1. All right, the scroll dissolves without taking effect.
All right,
Yep.
so you said that was the only legible page, or is there another
That was
one?
the only legibles page. The book itself is heavily damaged.
So the question is do I tell the party what I actually read?
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Well, since the halfling likes to get up to no good and probably has better chance with a spell versus me, yeah, I'll let him know what it says and whisper in his ear and tell him not to break anything. Then I grab the
We can play
children's
invisible
stuff.
halfling soccer.
Oh, God.
I'm down.
You can't see the ball, but you can kick it really hard.
Oh, what if he hits the bar? It's gonna hurt if he hits the crossbar.
So with him describing what this spell says, am I capable of even casting it?
Well, as I said, anyone can attempt to. You're a bard, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if greater invisibility is on the bard list. It probably is. It's kind of a
believe it is.
bardy thing.
Bard.
I'd say they have most of the utilities. I don't think there's not many utilities
Yeah.
they don't have.
Yeah, so you would know you'd be able to cast this without any problems. It is on your list.
So learning, as far as learning it, do I add this?
No. So bards are not wizards. Wizards are the people who learn spells through scrolls. As a bard,
Okay.
you just learn spells as you level up.
Mm-hmm.
But a spell scroll is an item, and you can basically read the scroll and cast the spell from the scroll. But this does destroy the scroll. It's a one-time use thing.
One-time use. Okay. Where
Right.
would this be? Do I have an item spot? It would be like adventuring
Yeah.
gear? Or...
Well, you just put it in your inventory, and you just type out spell scroll of greater invisibility.
Underdark, I'd like to backtrack just a couple minutes. Right as the ghost departed my body and apologized, I say no problem.
Okay.
Okay,
Where's
where's my...
out the window? I just thought about it. I was like, I wanted to say that, but we were in the middle of everything.
It's fine.
You should have said
So-
have a nice day.
Okay, can I, where's my inventory at?
Usually it's on the bottom of your second page.
Equipment page.
On the
So
page
underneath,
with the inventory on it.
so I can put it in my backpack, basically the adventuring gear.
Yeah, those are text fields. You can just type stuff in there. Not everything's going to be in the drop down. The drop down is just like the standard stuff in the PHP for your ease of use. A lot of stuff that you'll find that you pick up, you can just type in there.
Spell scroll of greater invisibility.
Yep.
Yep.
And-
I'm assuming we tore the page out and he's hanging on to it because I'd like to keep the book.
That's up to you guys how you want to handle that. He could have it in the book. He could tear it out. It's up to him. Or you. Or whoever.
Keep it.
Oh, I'm assuming my character, being myself, would tear the page out and hand it to him and tell him what it is.
All right.
And then
that's what you do.
Proceed to put the book in my backpack because I like to have heavy things to throw at people.
But he also described it's a small book, right?
Yeah, it's a small book.
Yeah, it's a small ruined spell book.
Okay, and then he described to me that nothing else is legible, so I understand that he's just keeping this book for no reason, as far as I understand.
No, I'll explain that I like to have heavy things to throw at people.
Oh, okay, all right. And then, do I know what the spell of greater invisibility does?
Yes, the scroll does tell you how the spell works.
Phone is Mac BFF.
I'll jot some stuff and comment on the scroll so that he doesn't have to ask me to translate it every time.
Okay.
That didn't do anything for me.
It didn't put it in there. I should have had Bangbot.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, Bangbot popped up.
Yeah, I see Bangbot, but I don't see any text below it.
No, it doesn't have any text in you guys.
I see greater invisibility.
I got it. 4th level,
Casting.
Legion, Bard, Sorcerer, Wizard, Circle, Land, under Archetype,
Yeah.
Twilight.
That's just telling you who can normally cast this. The casting time, the range, the components and duration, as well as the description. So this is like what the scroll would tell you.
Okay, so one action, touch, vocal, and what's S again?
Somatic.
Somatic, so spoken.
Or no, somatic is waving your hands around.
Oh, so okay.
Vocal is speaking.
Vocal, somatic, and then what is M again when it is used?
Material.
Material. Okay. Concentration up to 1 minute.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just something on my end under because I never see when that stuff pops up.
It must be.
That's weird.
Okay.
A lot like that.
All right. So I can turn myself or someone invisible for 1 turn. Okay.
1 minute. 10 turns.
Oh, I thought I said. Oh
Up
yeah.
to 1 minute, which is 10 rounds. So.
That's way better than I thought it was. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the difference between this and normal invisibility is normal invisibility you become visible after you attack. Greater invisibility you do not. You're just invisible for the minute.
Oh. So if someone tries to attack you when you're under greater invisibility, is it like just only a disadvantage, or is it?
It
More than
depends.
that.
So invisibility will makes you unseen. It does not make you unheard. So if you're tromping around in boots on wood, and they can figure out roughly where you are, yes, they'd be at disadvantage to attack you because they can't see you.
My ear.
He's just skipping.
However, you could just hide. However, it would make hiding a lot easier. And certain visual-only effects and sensors wouldn't see you.
So if I was standing still throwing daggers, the daggers would just appear from where I was
Yes.
as soon as I let go of them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which would, again, alert them to your general location, but because they can't see you, they'd still be at disadvantage. Another thing to keep in mind is some spells specifically say a target you can see within range. If you're invisible, you're not seen.
Oh, okay. All right.
No.
All right. Okay, so we're all running away, right?
Well, running away, no. You guys are just on the street, just kind of. You hear the commotion coming up. Talking about a murder.
Oh, okay.
Someone just got oofed.
Someone got gatted.
Oofed. I like oofed.
Yeah, no, I was just out for a walk this morning and decided I'd come up this way early, and I ran into you guys, so here I am.
You seem to be kind of out of breath. Are you all right?
Running for 90 feet? No, I'm not out of breath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only ran for one turn, so
Dylan's character's fat.
No, I'm not.
yeah, you guys didn't see me running either. I just appeared out of the crowd walking.
Appeared walking in. Okay.
So what have you guys been up to this morning? Do anything stupid yet?
No, nothing at all.
Where did you get these books?
I got them from a friend.
I believe him.
I wouldn't. I didn't say it in a very believable way.
I mean, he literally said, "I got him from a friend." I exaggerated the pause there, but he did have a pause there.
Yeah, it's exactly basically how I was interpreting it. It was pretty obvious I was being kind of suspicious.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on your lying skills.
I can lie when it comes down to it. But
Do
you
I
seem-
believe him?
That's up to you.
All right. Okay. So what's on the agenda this morning? What did you guys decide?
I was thinking about going to that sorcerer panty shop.
You said sorcerer panties?
He said sorcerer panties.
Oh,
Just smack
so,
him up the back of the head and say sorcerer sundries.
oh.
Let's go get sorcerer panties.
You gonna smack him in the back of his head? Can you reach?
He's only 7 foot. I'm 5 foot, so I can reach that high. I think I'm like 5'10". Oh yeah. While we're in the, can I head into the market real quick, Underdark, and pick up 10 more feet of rope?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Just that way, if somebody stops me, I have exactly 100 feet.
I get some rope too, just in case I want to fucking kill myself.
All right, so you guys, are heading to Sorcerer's Sundries. Is that what I hear? Back to
Agreed.
Baldur's. All right, you
Yeah.
guys start heading towards Baldur's Gate. The clamor of the murder out inside the Hall of Wonders. Ringing to the southwest.
Is there any fountains or
running.
anything nearby
No.
on our walk?
No. And we will call it here for the evening.
I pickpocket Ronald before we call it.
I mean, if you want to.
I want to see this.
Yeah, okay. Can I do that then?
Yeah, go ahead, make a sleight of hand.
If I see him attempting to, I help distract him.
Yes. Can you just talk to him?
Oh, you give me a disadvantage, you dick?
No, Ronald, this will be using your passive. So 10.
So what is? Oh, it's just D20 plus my sleight of hand.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
Passive.
So what are you going for? Like, you're going for his coin purse, his backpack? What?
Yeah, it's coin purse.
All right, you're just taking it, the whole thing?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, well, that beats Ronald's passive of 10, so I believe you just lifted his coin purse.
I just
Turn
paid
Foggy the halfling
Piece
into a
of
fucking meme.
Oh, I'll type that into my thing. Ronald's coin purse.
Or we just add the fucking shit to your thing, or should we keep it as a mount?
Well, if he plans on giving it back to you as a thing, it might be better to handle it as a separate object. If he's not actually robbing you.
I'll think about it.
You can think about it for a week, and we'll find out next
Yeah.
week.
You dirtbag.
Turn pickpocketing halfling into a meme.
Ever since you started it.
Well, the funny thing is usually the halfling doing the pickpocketing. That's where the irony comes from.